Welcome to the UFC 313 press conference with 5% good stuff, 45% dumb questions, and 50% translations. We just saw the first face-off of Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev, and Pereira is not happy. Obviously, there's been a lot of trash talk between the two throughout these past months, and this fight that seemed to be so boring at one point genuinely is one of my most anticipated fights this year just because of how close the matchup, just because this fight can go like any direction. I could see a scenario where Magomed Ankalaev absolutely dominates Pereira. I could see Pereira knocking out Magomed early. I mean, we open up this press conference to an Alex Preira and Yuri Prochazka look-alike. I mean, this just should tell you everything about how bizarre this fight week is. And I think one of the most common themes this week has been Pereira, you know, seemingly kind of talking about not this fight, but talking about his future, talking about maybe John Jones, heavyweight, maybe even boxing. At one point, he answers a question, you know, talking about potentially fighting Alexander Usyk, which I have talked about before. I think that is a good fight to make. While, yes, the UFC doesn't usually do these types of boxing matches, there isn't a lot to lose here because, look, let's be honest, Usyk isn't exactly a huge power puncher, so most likely, maybe, yeah, Pereira gets TKO'd at the end, but he still gets his bag, he still benefits. I think that's a good fight. But Pereira might be overlooking Magomed, because why are you focusing on John Jones? Why are you focusing on Tom Aspinall? Why are you focusing on Alexander Usyk, who's not even in your sport? You got a guy like Magomed Ankalaev, you know, in front of you, and I'm saying this as a fan, guys. I see a lot of comments trying to say, like, oh, I'm some hater. If I was a hater, I would not care. I wouldn't be here trying to say, you know, do everything I can to tell Pereira, please lock in for this. I will be very happy if Pereira wins, and I'm going to be rooting for him hard here, and I have a prediction video that I made. You guys can go check that out. And yeah, Pereira's just getting all this love, but on the flip side, we see Magomed Ankalaev, and it is just hate, the boos in the arena. I expected this, but somehow this actually went above my expectations.
It used to be about...
And I kind of feel bad for Magomed in a way, guys. I said it, guys. This might get me some hate because I know everybody wants me just to hop on here and say, fuck Magomed Ankalaev and he's a piece of shit and all this. I know that's what you guys want to hear, but I'm not here to say this. I actually think he's probably a nice guy. You know, this guy's always got a smile. He seems to be giving his time to people. Like, I feel like maybe there's a potential in the future he could be liked. Hopefully, man. I just feel bad for this guy. At the end of the day, all this guy wanted was a title shot. You know what I'm saying? And this guy's getting shit on. Is he the most exciting fighter? No, but damn, he just gets shit ton of hate. And Magomed Ankalaev sends shots at Alex Pereira, basically saying you should thank Dana White for protection.
And you know what? Honestly, he should say thank you to Dana White for protecting him this whole time. Now it's going to be a whole different thing.
Which obviously we know this is all made up. We know Alex Pereira is not afraid of Magomed Ankalaev, right? I mean, he asked to fight Magomed at UFC 305, and the promotion apparently said no. UFC was like, we're not doing this. That's too soon. Keep in mind, that's 2 months after he fought Yuri, right? At UFC 303, stepping in on 3 weeks' notice. I mean, this guy is a fucking monster, bro. And I want to talk about this really dumb question at this press conference. Like, I was like, what are you even talking about? And yeah, UFC 313 is a really good card, right? I mean, there's so many close matchups, which is why I have to thank the sponsor of this video, CloudBet. Guys, I know you guys are like, oh, we've heard about, you know, a million betting sites. Well, CloudBet is honestly one of the best, guys. I'm not even just lying to you guys because they're a sponsor, seriously. And look, you open this up, right? And they have a million options, right? For like casino games. If you guys like playing blackjack, like I like doing all this stuff. We're going to go to the sports section, of course, and we're going to go to MMA, and we're going to look at UFC 313, which is going down this week. And they have a bunch of fights from the card, as you guys can see here. And I thought it'd be fun. Let's make some bets, guys. Let's see how we actually do. You can bet on MMA, boxing, as well as karate combat. You could have placed money on Rebellis de Spain to win by first round knockout last weekend.
Cloudbet.com.
I'm backing my guy Alex Pereira, guys. If Alex Pereira can manage to survive on the ground, I think he could find a knockout shot at some point. So let's, you know, put some money on Alex Pereira. We could also put some money on Justin Gaethje because I'm surprised. How is he an underdog? This guy, Rafael Fiziev, is coming off of a bad knee injury, right? And he has not fought in a while, and he's taking this on super short notice. You could also put if you think a fight is going to go to a knockout or a decision, or like, for example, with this Amanda Lemos fight, I'm going to put over 2.5 since that is most likely probably going to happen. I'm going with Ignacio Bahamondes against Jalen Turner. I also love with this site that, look, guys, if you guys aren't even into UFC, you can click a profile and you guys could see, look, win, lose, like you could literally see the records. How, I mean, this is so in-depth. Like, this is literally like looking at SureDog on a betting site. Like, this is brilliant. And I'm gonna bet on Bobby Green, man. I don't know, actually, maybe I should not. Maybe I shouldn't, man. I like Bobby Green. I'm a fan. I don't think he's gonna win. I was gonna bet on him just, you know, to support. And look, we're gonna bet. I'm just gonna put a lot on Alex Preira, man. This guy better not fail me. Look, I'm gonna put 25 on Justin Gaethje, and I'm gonna put $20 on everything else. All right, yeah, so let's put it on. I mean, let's place these bets, guys. guys. And yeah, look, as you guys see, it's as easy as that. You guys can go click the link in the description. It helps support me because that is my specified link. So, you know, they're obviously going to show love to me. You guys show love to them. So go click in the link in the description and yeah, tell them I sent you guys. But anyway, this girl goes up to Alex Pereira at the press conference, and I'm sorry, guys, and this has nothing to do with just this girl. This really just goes for a lot of the questions at these press conferences. Some of these questions are just impressively dull, right? Like, I mean, you would think, right? You're a reporter, and this is probably one of your top moments. You're at a UFC press conference, one of the biggest sports right now, and it's at the height of its time right now, the UFC. You have one of the biggest stars right now in Alex Pereira in the company right in front of you, and you ask this question.
Magomed Ankalaev is slightly different than other opponents you've faced off against recently because of his high level of wrestling ability. How do you plan to address this on Saturday night?
What do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do to defend the grappling? What do you think his game plan was? You think he just realized it this week and was like, oh shit, I should actually probably do something about this? Obviously, he's gonna say, I'm gonna defend the takedowns. And what I'm trying to say is, like, we don't want to hear these questions that we know the answer to. I could tell you what fucking Alex Pereira's answer is before he even answers it. I don't know, guys. It's just disappointing. I hate these questions. I mean, at least this is better than those dumb location questions. When's the next time you're going to Boise, Idaho? Like, this is just so stupid. You have such an opportunity to make a viral moment. Like, this is all for promoting the fight, and this is the shit we just waste questions on. It's worse enough, as I said, half of this press conference is literal translation. But anyway, Rafael Fiziev does talk about his fight with Justin Gaethje. Obviously, Fiziev did step in on short notice against Justin Gaethje. And this guy, look, he hasn't been fighting in a year and a half, which many people could say, look, that's a really bad thing. But you could also look at it as a good thing. This is time for him to, you know, practice his craft, get better without a pressure of, oh, I gotta get into fight camp. I gotta worry about weight. So hopefully he took this time and said, look, let me see what are some of my flaws in my game and come back a new fighter. It's gonna be tough to beat Justin Gaethje on short notice, especially Gaethje coming off of a full camp, especially with the fact that Gaethje already beat him. It's gonna be tough, but we don't know how Gaethje's gonna be after that Max Holloway KO. So, I mean, I'm curious to see that fight too. I think that's gonna be a really good fight. But even Fiziev was surprised that he's the favorite, right? I mean, I was dying laughing hearing his response to reporters asking him why he was the favorite.
Oh, yeah. I'm shocked, honestly. Like, I'm lost twice. I'm after injury. I'm long time no fight, and I'm still favorite. That's okay. I do my best.
I think it's because I went to sleep last fight.
What do you say?
Pretty sure it's because I went to sleep last fight.
And then we wrap it up with a good interaction between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, where, yeah, it seems like, you know, reporters kind of instigating, which, you know, bravo. Like, you are doing a good job. This is what I've been talking about this whole time. And I believe he asked something like, oh, is Alex Pereira gonna go to the tire shops after this fight and return to work there and basically retire from the sport?
If you absolutely dominate Alex in this fight, if he understands that he's got no way out in this fight, do you think you'll send him back working in the tire shop?
And Magomed does clap back a little bit, you know? He's smiling, he's chuckling.
Whether or not he stays in the sport or decides to go back to the tire shop, that's going to be up to him. He's going to be the one that has to make that decision.
And I gotta say, Magomed doesn't look so bothered, right? He doesn't look locked in, which I think could be a good thing. It also could be interpreted as a bad thing. Maybe he could be unfocused. But I think it's good to be confident against Pereira, because Pereira is the type of guy that'll zap you of your confidence before you already get in there. I mean, look at Khalil Roundtree, how he fought. I mean, he hurt Pereira and was still moving backwards just because of the aura, you know? I mean, the power that Pereira has. I mean, he is scary to fight. Like, this guy walks around like he's him, you know? I'm not even trying to glaze him. It's just how he is, right? I mean, you see his stance, you see his face-offs. Like, this dude is always locked in. So it could be good for Magomed to not really focus on that as much. But then we see the face-off, guys. And I gotta say, Magomed Ankalaev, I was surprised. He is a lot smaller than Pereira, which is a good thing for Pereira. That's a huge thing. I thought they were around the same height. I don't know why I thought this, but no, there's a decent amount of height advantage for Alex Pereira. And even the size. I mean, he really outsized Magomed. And that'll play a difference in the grappling. If Alex Pereira is strong enough to deal with Magomed with that size advantage, this gives me a lot more hope for Alex Pereira. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this press conference, and check out my last video where I talked about Magomed Ankalaev seemingly dissing Alex Pereira for his, you know, used to be alcoholism. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.